queens, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, so we already covered how to figure out if you're pregnant or like symptoms before you even take your test. Then we looked at, okay, now that I know that I am pregnant, what are, the very next steps that I, kind of need to be taking. And the third thing, we looked more in detail at weeks 1 through 5, so month 1 of pregnancy. And now I am going to announce that there was a delay simply because I found out that I am in fact pregnant. So the whole entire time, I made the decision to start my YouTube channel with the niche of talking to pregnant women and new moms, simply because I had just, kind of went through that process, not knowing that I was undergoing that process and, currently still undergoing that process. I'm actually going to insert a clip. I ended up having some live footage of me finding out, that I was pregnant. And honestly, when I recorded the video, I wasn't thinking that, that test was gonna be positive. Like, I'm just being for real, okay? Like, I kind of knew in my intuition, but I still was like, you still have that in denial part of you. And that was me, that was me. I was just like, okay, I know if I take a test, it's not gonna be, positive. Maybe my cycle, maybe my period's just late. So I'm like, it's just late, and I had started, exercising and stuff, doing this squat challenge with my mom and all of that, okay? Because we started it was like a January thing. We had already discussed it back in December. We went to her house. I went down to my mom's house, and me and my sister, we were talking and stuff, and we ended up getting on the subject of, doing the squat challenge, because my mom, she is already, workout champ, queen, and all that. So, I hopped on board, and I guess I really hopped on board, y'all. But yeah, okay, so I guess we'll just talk about, the day that I found out. All right, I guess it's kind of like a video where we're talking about symptoms as well. It's kind of like another recap on some of the symptoms that I was kind of experiencing all while even, filming all of my material from the recent videos, my recent YouTube videos. Some of the things that I was, noticing, but I still, was not paying attention to, very first thing will probably have to be my emotions. My emotions were really, really out of whack. They were all over the place, y'all. It was times where I would get on live, y'all, and I would be just crying, just bawling out in tears, and they'd come. It wouldn't just be okay, I'm gonna get on live and then I just start crying. No, it'll be somebody will gift me, and then somebody will come say something sweet, which they always do. They always make me feel very loved and supported on TikTok. I have a really good platform there, 30,000 followers. So they do, show me mad love. But it was just something about a couple of days where I was just bawling out in tears, and I was just thank y'all so much. I appreciate everything that y'all doing for me. I really appreciate it. And I'm just telling them, and I'm just y'all, I don't know why I'm crying. I'm really, really happy. I'm just thank y'all. I don't know what's wrong with me. I really don't. And I'm just so emotional, y'all. My emotions was crazy. Okay. And then, I also noticed that when I was on live, one of those times I had an encounter where it was I was recapping on my late great grandmother, and she was a very, very sweet woman, very sweet soul ever since that I have known her. And it was just that moment. I was just like, I know that I'm just singing because of her. And I know that every time when she was alive, y'all, she did ask me all the time to sing for her. And there was never a time that I ever just was like, oh no, I'm not going to sing for her. Even if like my mom asked me sometimes, I'd be like, I don't want to sing right now. But with my great grandma, I always did it. She was very sweet, very humble. So you couldn't say no to her. And I don't know, like that day I just was like just really having a really strong encounter where it was just like, my great grandmother, like I can just sense her presence. And y'all, it was just crazy. So that was definitely one of those things that was like, red flag, you're definitely pregnant, because that is one of those things that I just don't, typically just think about on the daily. And for me to be just like so dramatically distraught about the whole situation, like I was like, yeah, okay, something's weird. Another thing that I noticed was one of those days I just felt really wacky, like really blank and distant, kind of like it was just really weird, where I was kind of spacey. And I just didn't feel like up to par. I didn't feel myself for sure. And I literally went and like laid down in my closet, y'all. I went and laid in my closet and I went to sleep for hours and hours and hours. And then I just got up out of the closet and I just went and laid down for more hours. So I knew that was really, really weird for something. Like I was in the living room, y'all. I was like in the living room and I just got up. I was just like, I'm gonna go lay in the closet. Like nothing weird about my closet or anything, I like my closet, actually. Very peaceful space for me. It's a walk-in closet, so, I can do my thing in there, and I have this nice, cute little setup in there as well, so I also just feel comfortable in there. But I went and laid in there for some time, and yeah, I knew that was weird. Oh yeah, then another thing, back with the emotions, like I said, like I was kind of like aggressive. And I was like that with my last pregnancy too, But yeah, like me and my man, we had like a little argument like on one day, and it was like getting like chaotic, okay? But then, it just stopped. And everything was cool. You know what I'm saying? So I just knew like stuff was just too weird, because when you're pregnant, you just feel everything to the T. Like if you're sad to the max. If you're happy to the max. If you are tired, you're tired as heck. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you feel it like 10 times 10, okay? Times 10 again. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. But we know what that's all due to, your hormones, okay? So yeah, like, although I'm gonna insert the clip, the footage of me finding out that I was pregnant, I'm still gonna give you like a little story behind it, simply because, you don't know, you're just looking at that. Okay, so yeah, so the day that I found out that I was pregnant, y'all, I was shocked, okay? I was very much so shocked, simply because, like I said, I just had a baby girl 8 months ago, okay? 8 months ago. So it was definitely shocking. But the day that I found out, I didn't feel weird or anything. Something in my head just told me, like, I need to get a test, though. I was just like, I need to get a test, because like I said, I paid quite a bit, of attention to my body. So I pretty much know when something is just not right. And like I said, I get my cycles extremely regular. So, I was like, where you at? Okay. But like I said, y'all, I had started, working out and stuff. So I just figured, okay, maybe, my cycle is just out of whack a little bit, because I, started back getting a little bit more active. So I'm just waiting. And, I'm just chilling. But as I thought about it, y'all, I was like, hold up. Let me just, actually look at the date. And so, I pulled out my phone and I go on my calendar, and I'm just like, whoa. Like, okay, so if I would have been on I would have came on 2 weeks ago. So I don't think, exercising would affect me like 2 weeks. I'd be like maybe, a week or something, but like 2 weeks, I was like, okay, hold up, that's pushing it. So I was just like, okay, I need a test. That's what really did it for me. I was just like, that cycle, it always let me know every time. That's how I knew with her. Like, neither time did I feel weird or anything. I just knew. Like, okay, it was like something that I just knew within me. And so when I told him, I was just like, my child's father, of course. I told him and I was like, babe, I need a test, okay? He was like, you don't need to spend your money on no test because you already know what it's gonna say. And I'm like, wait a minute, how everybody know what something's gonna say before me? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you know that? Why are you saying that? And he just like, I know, I've been paying attention to you. Like, I've been observing you for the last couple of days. So I know how a pregnant woman acts. And I'm just like, you're really sure about this, huh? So I still went and got a test anyway, y'all. I still went to the store. When I got to the store, I'm like, dang, where the test at? But okay, they had them like at the, like behind the register or whatever. So I gotta like ask the girl out loud, but I ain't care though. I was just like, where y'all pregnancy tests at? And she was like, oh, they back here. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cute. Like, you want to just air everybody's business out if somebody was embarrassed, you know what I'm saying? But I know they probably be stealing and stuff, but you know what I'm saying? Dang, like, give a sister some privacy. But so yeah, she was like, oh, this the last one too. I was like, oh yeah, I bet it is. You know what I'm saying to myself? Like, that test was it probably explicitly there, just for me. So go ahead and give it to me. No, and I was like, it's the cheap one because I wanted to get that 88-cent one, okay? But she was like, oh no, it's the $6 one or something like that. And she was just like, they already bought up the other one. And so I was like, that's fine, okay, I'm just gonna get it because I just knew. Like, I was just like, and of course you're not gonna spend your money if you don't just know. So I got the test, and after I came home, so I waited a little bit because I was trying to front like I wasn't gonna take it because I wasn't gonna take it at first. But then, like, I don't know, I just decided, okay, I'm gonna just go take it. Then I started watching videos on YouTube of other women taking their tests and stuff like that. I don't know why. I just was like, kind of nervous. But I don't know why, I just did. And I was just watching them, and they were just like, crying and all that stuff. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, what if I actually am? I'm like, what if I actually am? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get off YouTube and I'm gonna record myself. I'm like, because if I am, I could keep the footage. Although, I did not think that it was gonna be actually positive for real. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I got my phone and I started, like, I was recording and all that stuff like that. I turned on my camera and took the test and all that. Of course not on camera, but the portion that I did show, like I said, I'm about to insert that in. And yeah, like, that was a very, very emotional time for me just because, like I said, I knew I had just had a baby like 8 months ago, and I wasn't more so, concerned about what people would say or none of that stuff like that. I just was like, I was just more so shocked. I was just shocked that it happened, that I was like really pregnant. I'm just like, this is crazy. It happened kind of fast. I mean, I did want more kids, but what I'm saying, y'all know what I'm saying. But like I say, I'm very, very grateful. I'm blessed. I'm honored to even be considered, like I say, because I know a lot of moms, have trouble bearing children. So I definitely consider it a blessing. And I think it's gonna be kind of cool, to have 2 small babies. I'm pretty youthful. Their dad is definitely pretty youthful. I'm only 22, he's 25, so, well, he'll be 25 soon. So, I feel like, life is swell, life is grand, but this video is long as heck. So yeah, like, I think I'm gonna end it there. Okay, yeah. So yeah, this was just a little video to let you all know, the big news. One, that I am pregnant, and two, it's going to be extremely exciting to be able to now replace my YouTube content with your very own, because we'll be able to now keep up with my journey, and I can continue, with month 2 through 9, all while still catching milestones on toddlers, because I have my baby girl who is already 8 months. And yeah, so I'm very, very glad if you have stayed and watched the entire video. Thank you so very much, and thank y'all for still hanging on with me. I know that I did not drop for just a little teeny weeny bit, but I'm still going to remain consistent because we want to defeat all of this tiredness that comes with pregnancy. So I'm going to make sure I'm trying my best to continue to be consistent. And I think that'll do it, okay? So until the next video, make sure that y'all like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already, okay? Please don't hesitate to do so. And I'll see y'all in the next video.